Okay, now I'm recording. So before I explain what I'm gonna do, let's get the recording part out of the way. I yesterday we unfortunately had to do something in what's it called? Hold on, 1 second. I'm my my mic here was kind of off. I think I was spiking the mic. Anyway, what we really had to do was get into a secret base in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and guarding that base was a creature named a Rancor. And I thought I could knock it out with a concussion grenade, like just have it eat a concussion grenade. It killed it. And as a Jedi, I'm trying to be somebody who's a Jedi who loves all life. So I felt real bad about it. So now I'm gonna draw the Rancor from just in memoriam, honor its legacy. I'm gonna draw the Rancor from Knights of the Old Republic. And that's all I got. Yeah. So I guess we'll just start. This is gonna be also kind of me practicing drawing like creatures, but like with an existing creature. I have my tablet right here. So if you see me looking down and like tapping something, I'm scrolling through a bunch of different reference things for rancors. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. But yeah, I guess first we really have to, and like maybe I even draw like a little scene or something like that. But this guy is he's struggling a little bit. Look at him. What color is that? Is that green? Why are my eyes? That's gray, right? That's like black. What is he? What even is all this kind of stuff? Hold on. It doesn't work. Yeah, it's all black. That was weird. I don't know what's going on. Okay. And then I don't think you can see it behind my face cam. I'm just looking at some of my stuff. I'm gonna go to the sketch thing on Krita. Is the music too loud? Is what I want to know. I'll turn it down just a little bit. Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah. Sorry, I got real distracted. We're drawing a Rancor. Really what we need to do, hold on, let me go to red, because that's it's supposed to be, and I haven't really been doing this as much recently. It's supposed to be like my, real early, like sketching, if I'm gonna do, like, it's the skeletal color. So like, if I'm drawing its head, right? Red means it's definitely not anything to really, be too precious about. Okay. So that's kind of like the middle here. And then it's like shoulders and everything, and then the ridge is like up top here. And maybe I should do this small over to the side. Just do a little, like I did with Jimothy. Just make it 1 for 1. So hold on. We're just gonna do a little practice thing here. Get the basics going. So you see, like, yeah, this little area. Hold on. It goes in and then it goes out like that. And then it goes in like that. And a little bit more of this. One of those. We're just trying to like get used to drawing in Krita again. Because I haven't really drawn. Well, I went into Krita the other day, like a Saturday, just to you know, paint the rest of my, what's it called, my Twitch banner, which turned out pretty great, if I do say so myself. And you can see it on Twitch if you want, if you go to like my homepage and everything like that. And I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna stay like that for longer than what I said. Although I kind of do want to get like something drawn up for, I don't know what I'm drawing right now. Hold on. I feel like I have to do more blobby. I have to break it down more than this. Let's just clear the page. We're just gonna do a little bit of a delete your art right now. All right, so if we're really trying to figure out this, just this guy that I'm looking at right here, it's kind of just, we're like looking at like a little teardrop, upside down teardrop was red, so maybe a blood drop. But yeah, I think for like October, Halloween-ish kind of thing, I'm gonna have I'll do a new whatever Twitch banner. But I don't know when I'm gonna draw the other one. I'll definitely draw it on stream. Its arms are almost like touching the ground. That's crazy. Okay. And then its legs are like right there. Just real quick. This kind of looks like what are those Pokemon? Like Reggie Ice, Reggie Steel, like all the Reggies. What I'm drawing right now feels like like a Reggie. So this is what we got. And just remembering, this is to honor our lost soldier here. I feel like it's lagging a little bit. Does anything feel a little bit laggy to you? I don't know. But yeah, here we go. And then we have a Reggie Ice, a Reggie Gigas, a Reggie Steel. Is it even pronounced Reggie? Like Rega, whatever. Every time I try to pronounce a what's it called? Okay, I'm looking at somebody's drawing of anytime that's something I need to really figure out, is I need to finish my sentence before I move on to another thing, because I do that so much, and I've been like editing, doing clips and things like that, and it's always, I'm in the middle of like saying something and then I think of something else and then I just move on to the next thing. I just don't finish my other thought. So having interrupted myself, I forgot what I was talking about before, and I'm already moving on to the next thing. So anyway, I'm looking at somebody's drawing. This feels loud in my ears. I don't know if it's loud for anybody else, but this might be fine. I don't like this song also. It feels like I'm at a carnival or something. It's giving Animal Crossing though. Yeah, let's switch. Okay. So we have that. Do we want to just do one for one? I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to break down a like a more dynamic pose of a Rancor. Really get the essence of them. Okay. Do we make a new one? Okay, yes. Let's put this down. So yeah, that's the basic shape. So their arms are always like super, like all the way down to their, basically if they stretched out their hands, they would just be scraping the ground, which is wild. So if we're gonna try to do like a bigger guy over here, this one, I feel like we do like a little, we're gonna do kind of like a maybe we'll break it down by shape. This guy is more of like a also a teardrop, but then like attached to the teardrop we got a little shoulder plate going on, right? And then obviously this is like the face. So we got, their shoulders are like all the way, it's so weird. They're kind of like how I'm gonna be in 20 years if I keep hunching over like this. I'm basically gonna be looking like this, being like, yeah, so this is how I walk, this is how we move around the world, you know? Yep. Definitely got to work on my posture. And then this is basically just tubes attaching to tubes. Something like that. And then at least they only have 3 fingers. How does this guy's fingers work? Something like that. You know what I have to really start figuring out, which maybe we can do next next practice. I feel like this has to be a little bit bigger. Something we might be able to do next practice is just learning anatomy, like just a little bit at a time. Obviously I'm gonna have to, I won't be putting a little picture up here if I'm actually drawing real anatomy, because I will be flagged on the YouTubes. But I could probably find some like, well, actually anatomy pictures with like people in like leotards and stuff like that works too. This thing that I'm looking at, his face is a little bit turned. But yeah, I think, because look, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to like break down his arms. And I'm just struggling really. And maybe I'm being a little bit too precious with how he is, because obviously, like I said, this is just me trying to get like the shapes out. That's his little clasp thing. I need a better eraser. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just like not used to. I mean, I don't know how many times I can say, "Oh, I'm not used to drawing like this." Before it's like, "Oh, well, just learn," you know? But there it is. Life did not, drawing did not find a way. There it is. There you have it, or whatever he says. It Jeff Goldblum in whatever it's called, Jurassic Park. Okay, it's got a little like little belly hanging there, I see. All right, here we go. What we really want to do is delete it again. We're deleting it again. Okay, so what do we actually want to do here? So like if I go here and I just like break it down, because that's basically what I did though. So like it feels like it's, I don't know. Just put the arms out. Today might not be, this might just be a stream that lives here. I might not put this on YouTube. You know what? I gotta do the whole process though. There's gonna be days where there's gonna be times where I just am not having a good, you know, drawing day. Okay. And I can't be ashamed of that. It's a whole process. Okay. So right now I'm just outlining, just trying to see where everything gets broken down. Just making shapes. And then let's see. Yeah, so see, there's like, that's basically what's going on here. So if I can, it's so funny because it's like every time I watch, and granted, every time I watch anybody draw on YouTube or whatever or anything, it's or like anybody doing a tutorial, every time I draw or I watch them, it's like they're all professionals. So it's like, oh yeah, well you just do this, 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 and this. And I'm like struggling over here to be like, okay, how do I even break this guy down? And then his little face is like right in the middle here. So it's like that. Yeah. So like that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, is just how to I don't know. I guess how to draw. Also, yeah, I do a lot better, which I now have a personal like vendetta, not vendetta. What is it called? I feel like I have a personal investment because getting a one of these drawing pads that actually has a screen where you can draw like when you're looking at it is a lot more expensive than like a drawing pad that I have here. I feel like I'm more invested in like trying to figure out how to even draw like this. But it's just not working out for me really. Like it just feels, I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels off and wrong. Okay, so let's see if we draw. So I guess also what I was trying to say earlier was sometimes people are like, oh, if you just break it down by shapes, then you can like just move the shapes around. But like all that like, I don't know if I ever learned, you know, like, you gotta like draw like a cylinder, right? Or like if you're trying to draw a cone, like that's basically what these things are. You're drawing a cone. So if I'm drawing this guy, do one of these, and then like try to do like a circle, something like this, and then that's basically what it's supposed to be like. But then also you have to think about every other shape shifting in time, or in what is it called, in space. And that feels like too much math for me, I guess. I don't know, because like I want to draw, maybe I could just draw the Rancor face really quick, just see if I can like get that done. So let's see. Should I go back? Let's go back to red, just so I'm not yeah, too upset. All right, we're zooming in on this face here. First off, maybe we do face, maybe we do just like this area and see if we can like actually figure it out. All right. Okay. So if we do like, we're back to square one. Okay, so this Rancor is looking over to the side here. Give it like a little slight one of these, but then also its head, I mean that's its back, that kind of thing. It's got little ridges going on. I think also what messes me up every single time is that I get a little bit too locked in on its on like individual features, and that's what gets me every time. So I'm just gonna draw its mouth open. It's doing one of these numbers. It's just going, ah, you know, rawr. And then it's got those little eyes going on right here, right? And then big old nostrils that kind of like go in. One of those, right? And then we'll just kind of cut it off here, because that's where his arm's going. Okay, and then one of those, and then its body just kind of is, I don't know, we got one of those going on. I guess maybe I have to just focus and not try to talk every 10 seconds. But who wants to watch that? I guess we are just kind of sitting down, and I'm supposed to be on the second screen anyway. Nobody's actually supposed to be listening to me. Oh, did we lose the music? Hello? Is it just really soft? Oh, it's at the end, of course. Why does this song have like 5 seconds of just... I know it's called satellite humming or whatever, but it's like 5 seconds of silence. Okay. Let's see. Maybe if it's like... I'll do one of these. Like basically that's the top of its head. And then this guy's face kind of goes a little bit under. So maybe it's just I'm not figuring out the depth really, because like that's supposed to be like that. We got a little ridges going on here in the back. It also has a bunch of spikes, but we're not at the spikes yet. And then also very muscular, this guy. Which I mean, when you're this big and mean, you really, what else can you be? Okay, so this kind of goes in. So that's the dilemma that I'm working on here. I see. I think I have to just like draw it the way that makes sense also. Okay, so this guy's got like a bit of a belly going on. So that's a belly there. But then his leg comes out this way. And then because of that belly, did my nose just squeak? I hope nobody just picked that up. I just heard my nose squeak. That was odd. That was awkward. Okay. So maybe I just continue with this actually. So their leg is supposed to be going like, it kind of starts here. There's like a, hold on. Maybe I figure something out. And then this has a little bit of a, it's its little, you know, where the legs meet at the bottom. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then this kind of pops back here. And then this goes like that, maybe? Are we doing something here a little bit? I don't know. Maybe I was trying to like just do too much. That's classic me, always trying to do too much. And then when you let go, you know, when you let go, things sometimes work out in your favor. And obviously this isn't going to be a 1-for-1 because I already messed it up. But as Bob Ross used to say, when I watched him on Bob Ross Twitch channel thing, I don't think I ever caught him on PBS. I think I might have been, I definitely wasn't too young, but I think it wasn't one of the PBS shows that I really wanted. Was it PBS? I think it was, but it just wasn't one of those shows that I was into back then. I would eat it up right now, and I still do. Every once in a while I'll just put on Bob Ross, you know. to keep me company. But yeah, like as Bob Ross says, there's no there's no mistakes, just happy little accidents. So what we're doing here, we're gonna race a little bit, but also this is literally a sketch, and we're already halfway through, so we gotta go away from the sketch zone right now. But let's see. You know what's gonna be funny? Every single time I do one of these, and then I go back and basically redraw it on the tablet, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so much better. I'm doing such a good job. So it really is just, I don't know why. Well, I guess I know why, because I couldn't get my tablet to work on stream. But I feel like I want to learn how to do this, but it's really one of those things where it's just like, I draw so much better when I know, when I'm looking at the thing. Like, look at this arm. What the hell? What the hell is this? What's this arm and hand? Like, this over here is kind of fine, is okay. His little rar. Look at that. But I don't know. I guess his hand is really kind of like huge. And then his arm is long, but I don't know what I'm doing right now. This music's really trying to encourage me. I don't know if it's doing the job. I'm feeling quite discouraged right now, you know? The courage is in the dis category. Oh my god. Wait, what happened to the line? Yeah, and then like it's that weird tendon that connects. I don't know if you could see it in the arm. Hold on. There's like, I mean, I could feel it. There's like a tendon like right here. I guess if I was muscular, or like right there, something like that. So I'm like trying to draw. But here it is. Okay, here's the Rancor sketch. Now all we have to do is not get too much into the weeds when I'm trying to draw the actual guy, or at least get out of sketch territory. I also want to, maybe I don't finish up. They don't try to draw the whole body, like I said I was going to not do last time. But let's see. Okay, let's do, what is this? Basic, opacity, basic. That looks like a brush, or like an actual paintbrush. Do we have, is this a charcoal pencil? Charcoal pencil medium, then I don't know. This song is interesting. I guess it is copyright free, hopefully. Sketching Chrome. What is this? Oh, that's interesting. Give me the black color though. I don't hate it. I don't like how big the, like, you see how big the circle is, the ridicule is, or reticule, whatever is, but let's see what. Okay, I don't think that changes the size of it. So all right, here we go. We're zooming in on the face. We're gonna try to draw this face at least in the last like 24 minutes that we have. All right, what is it that we are really looking at? I'm locking in. I'm gonna, you know, hold on. Should we do a mouth out approach? Let's put this down a little bit. Yep. Okay. So if we're really trying to figure out his mouth, he's got like, he's kind of got a little, you know, anime cat thing going on. Something like that. He's got his little teeth. And he's got tiny little teeth right there. But then this also kind of goes out. As well as over here. Like that. And then his eye has one of those, but also does one of these. And then I'm pretty sure that's like his nostril. But this kind of goes around, right? All right, and then this kind of goes curvy, right? I just don't. And that pops back like that, right? Yeah, and then his tongue is down here. I feel like doing one of those. And then obviously all of this is just blackness. So we could just color this in. Am I gonna spend all this time coloring it in? Absolutely. Do I need to? Absolutely not. I'm losing his teeth. He needs some dentures put in. There we go. They're a little less sharp, but you know. He might have gotten some there we go. I sharpened them for him. Okay. What I think I could use Krita for, if I'm really thinking about it, is I could do like, I could make a big, or like not a big, but like I could make a sketch like what I did back here, or I could probably just actually come prepared with the sketch already, to be honest. But I feel like showing the full process is probably a good idea. These are his little teeth, you know, coming out. You're just looking at it like that, like going out like that. And then he's got his little chin going on. Although I do see kind of like some spikes going on here. Like that might be part of his, you know, like how his teeth go. Maybe I do something more like that. And then he has a little bit more going on here. And then yeah, this just keeps going around. I guess I also don't have to press down so hard on the drawing pad. I just realized, did you see how the, yeah, it does have like pressure sensors or whatever. I'm just like nervous, I guess, pressing down on the thing. I think we're learning a little bit today where it's just like sometimes you just need to not be in your own head, I guess. And when you do get in your own head, it's good to like try not to lock yourself into certain things. I don't know. Did I even learn a lesson today? I think we go one of these. I mean, I kind of like how it's looking a little bit more now, at least. This has a little hole, or it's like a little darker there because it's like its nostril. And then maybe do like a little extra ridge going on. And then those. Yeah, that makes it look extra wrinkly, right? And then we just add a bunch of wrinkles, actually. Okay, well, this face looks kind of like a Rancor. Let's keep it moving, I guess. How do we want to do this? I want to avoid tangents. Tangentially, I want to avoid tangents. It's got like spikes coming out of its arm over here, though, so let's do a little bit more rounded. Where's my... Oh, there we go. Nope, that is not the eraser. That is unfortunate. Is that? That's on my screen. That's on my screen. I need to clean my screen. He's got a little shelf thing going on right there. This kind of, yeah, locks in like that. Okay, hold on. And then I guess his little spike thing is just, it kind of goes like this because it's actually kind of going backwards. So this is how you can like show it going backwards like that. Everything kind of like goes into that. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see. I mean, okay. I mean, the vision was kind of, I guess maybe I just looked at the sketch and I was like, I done messed up, but I guess you kind of gotta embrace the, you know, the ugly phase. Like literally, I think I still am in the, I'm still in the, what's it called? The part of like the art journey. I don't ever want to call any of my stuff art because literally it's just me doodling and all that kind of stuff. Like I will eventually get better, of course, the more I do this. But like I am very, you know, sometimes I'm impatient. And so I'm like, oh, I want to have it done in one. And then when I don't do it, I get kind of like frustrated and upset. Maybe not upset, but you know, like I'm like, oh, I should have been able to do this. Like, what? I've drawn like this before, and it's always been, when I've drawn like this before, it's always been I've sketched something and I drawn on top of the sketch, but then I always forget. I'm just like, yeah, actually, I always just nail it the first time. It's like, no, you do all these different iterations all the time. And then you get it. So I don't know, if you're out there, kiddos. His arm looks so weird and beefy. Hold on, what's the issue here? What am I looking at here? Oh, I think it's just because his arm, it's like what I'm looking at, it's arm is like going backwards like this, doing one of these. So I have to like figure out, oh god, okay, hold on. If I do one of those. But then, oh, this has to be behind. Maybe that's what's happening. Like starts behind. And I guess maybe because it's like, I don't know. Actually, okay, hold on. I think I see something. I need this to be a little bit bigger. The eraser. Kind of what's happening here, I think, is its elbow is kind of like, if I think about where the inside of its elbow is, its elbow, since it's like rotated out, its elbow is like out here. So I'm like trying to line it up to with the inside of its bicep, whatever it is. But that's not how it should be. Kind of, yeah, it kind of should be kind of like that, maybe. And then that scoops. I don't know. This arm's giving me so much trouble. I don't know what even is going on right here. Okay, and then we have the weird hand. The weird knobbly hand. If we do it in like sections, maybe. And then it's got like its last little digit here. Just kind of like that. But this doesn't end in like a something like that. It's kind of like one of these. It's got a line going. And it also has like a little bit of depth to it. And that goes there. Do one of those. That goes straight up. And then this is, hold on. Okay, and then I think I just give it a little bit more depth here. You don't have to see every finger. Just kind of, how does that look? I mean, better than the sketch for sure. Okay, and then this, like, basically this, it's more attached to the, like, head is more attached to the body than the arm. Like, the arms are attached to, like, the hump back here, right? But, like, the bottom of the head is more attached to... So let's see, hold on. Do one of those. And then, yeah. It's got one of those. I feel like I can... It's still, like... The chest area is, like, attached to, like, under the or the shoulders kind of thing, which technically that's how human anatomy is, right? The breast muscles are attached to, like, the shoulder. I don't know. I feel like that's, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually learn all the muscles of, like, the human body, and then just, if I want to draw a creature, I kind of just use that as a guidance, as reference. Like, look at this dad bod. Amazing. Or actually, we call them father figures. No dad bods. It is kind of funny how I was contemplating, I was like, maybe I should just end now because I hate everything about this. And now, like, when I zoom out and I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, okay, I did a little bit of something. And that's just, you know, that's just art. Raw, unedited art. That's what you're gonna find here. Maybe this time next year, I'm gonna be, like, busting out all these different like a quick sketch or a quick drawing that I can, like, be like, oh well, it's done after an hour. But right now I think we're learning how to actually draw and figure stuff out within this hour that we draw. Like, I feel like I'm getting some shortcuts together. But in all honesty, I'm still learning. I'm a lifelong learner. And I think that's just, I just have to keep telling myself that. Oh, that's the knee. That's part of the knee. I was like, what are these little smudges? Knobbly. A little knobbly. All right, well, okay. I know it's gonna look like, I feel like we got this is kind of like line art, but let's see. Without it's not the worst thing in the world. I could have done a lot worse. Oh my god, come on. Like, I could color this in at the last 5 minutes. Maybe. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what? Am I on the right layer? I thought I was erasing some stuff. It's just lagging. I feel like this guy has to be... I know most Rancors are brown, but this Rancor is gonna be like the teal, green, bluish that my channel has. So hold on. Let's do... because I just want him to be, you know, I want him to be his very, very best. Look his very best. Opacity. Let's see what this one is. I kind of like that, but not really, actually. What about this? That's fine. I'm running out of time. Okay, we're gonna have to do, it's like a teal-ish, bluish thing like this. Yeah. More green than blue. But yeah, this is the... Here's our Rancor. So I feel like I should draw some of these creatures. Obviously, like, if I mess up, or if I, like, I didn't necessarily get a, oops. I didn't get, like, a dark side point for killing this thing, but I did feel bad. I felt a disturbance in the force, if you will, when I had it eat a concussion grenade and then it exploded and it died. So I feel like any kind of creature that I mess up, I should probably memorialize in these, and then we can have a whole stream where we come up and give them a proper, like, farewell, you know. At the end of KOTOR, we're gonna go through all the creatures that we accidentally or didn't accidentally murder, and make amends, just being like, we saw you, we see you. Like, maybe I should draw the Rakghouls next, because I think those are supposed to just be people who get turned into mutants, right? So it's not even like they're just animals, they're like mutated creatures or mutated people. And I know, like, even though, like, this is not like a normal brown Rancor, I know they come in different colors in, like, Felucia, right? We'll see that when we play Force Unleashed. I think you get to ride like a Rancor in that, which is pretty cool. Look at that. We ended up turning it around, I think. It started over here with our Regigigas, our Registeel. You know, we were trying to draw the guy that killed us in one hit. Does he have like 5 fingers, actually? 4 fingers? Forgot about that. But we tried to figure out how we looked with the Regigigas. And then we drew a little, you know, we tried to map him out. That didn't really work too well. And then, you know, we just kind of, I guess let's turn this all off. We got a good little sketch going on here. Got the basics going on. And then we were able to line him up, color him in. And there we go. I don't hate how this entire thing went. This is gonna be my thumbnail, and people are gonna be like, when do we get to here? When does this happen? Right at the end. I'm glad you made it. If you're on YouTube and you're watching, thank you for being here. And I'll just wrap it up with that. I think we're done. I think this is it. This is our Rancor. This is who we lovingly lead on to the afterlife after having blown up a concussion grenade in his mouth yesterday during the KOTOR stream. But here we are. With that, if you haven't heard it today, I love you. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I don't know where there it is.